All right, welcome back for our third installment of our beginner mouth reed pack tutorials, if you will. In the first video, which I'll link all the ones down below here, but in the first video, we went over what a mouth reed is, how they're made, so on and so forth. In the second video, we took our Rookie of the Year or no cut, put it in our mouth and started working on how to make a proper yelp in that air presentation. In this video, number 3, I'm hoping to give you kind of a method to dissect which cuts actually fit you. Now, this goes without saying that by the end of this, you might still not have a perfect idea about which ones are there, and it's important to also remember that all of us might be somewhere in between a few cuts, okay? Got a process that I like to go through. It helps me identify my air channel, and again, there could be other ways of doing this. This is just how I like to show people to do it with our beginner pack here. So the first thing you want to do is grab that beginner pack, spread out all your reeds, and identify which ones are which. We already did that in the previous video, so I'm just going to kind of roll through them real fast, okay? The first two calls that we're going to split test against each other here are going to be our batwing and our ghost cut. Now, if you're looking at the latex on these, you are going to notice that from the cuts, okay, a batwing has both cuts on the left and the right, whereas a ghost cut is right down the center. So this is one of the easy ways for me to determine whether I might be left, right, or center, and then we're going to test that theory against these other two cuts that are here to try to find which one fits us the best out of all of them. You might be able to blow every single one of them, try to remember that, but it's about which one fits the best and feels the best. So the first thing we're going to start with is the batwing. And I want you to blow just a simple yelp, but really try to pay attention to the airflow itself. Do you feel it vibrate off left? Do you feel it vibrate off right? If you try to physically take your tongue and force air to the left, doesn't sound better than if you physically force your tongue and force air to the right. Try to be somewhat scientific about it in a way. So I'm going to illustrate on myself how I like to do this, and then hopefully that will help you. So here we go. Batwing first, right? I'm going to force air to the left. Okay, now I'm going to force air opposite direction, to the right. Versus left. So just by manipulating it back and forth, I can tell that my air channel and my comfort level is definitely more off left. The notes sound better, I'm getting more range out of them. That's exactly what I want to hear, and it does actually prove what I am. I actually do blow a call off left. Now let's say you are moving that back and forth, okay, forcing your air each direction, and you're not getting a definitive answer. Well, it could be because you blow it right down the middle and that batwing is covering that up. That's why you split that versus a ghost cut. You notice the ghost wide open in the middle. So if I run a ghost cut, I am center left, same thing. If I force that air right down the middle, I can run a ghost cut okay. It's a little thin for my liking, but I can do it fine. So between blowing those three and forcing my air which way, I would say that on the bat, I was definitely better off left, and I was able to run the ghost. Okay, so now that I know that I was able to run a ghost down the center or the batwing off left, let's take the other two calls that we have in our lineup and kind of split test against them. And that's going to be a combo cut and a reverse combo cut. So if my theory that I matched on my batwing, where I forced air off to the left and I liked it better, that should match up with this reverse combo cut. So let's try that first. Forcing air off left. Sounds good, feels good, just like it did on the bat. Now I'm going to force it to the right. Very raspy. Left sounds good. Right sounds weird and just feels really unnatural. Now I'm going to take the combo cut and do the same thing. Left. Forfeit right. Crap them both ways. The latex is covering my natural tone channel, so I'm not getting any good notes out of it. And then when I try to force it off right, it goes against everything that I'm doing. So, as we said, it was that quick in me determining that if I'm going to pick a mouth reed, I'm going to either pick one that's right down the center or off left. Other things that you can do to help determine where your proper air channel is, weird tendencies that you might notice, okay? So if, like for myself, if I try to whisper or do something kind of weird, you'll notice I always talk out of the left side of my mouth, okay? Seems funny, but that is just more natural. It feels better to me in that way. If you put the mouth reed in, you blow it, you like the sound of it. If you take a little mirror and hold it up and kind of see where it's going on the roof of your mouth, more than likely it is slightly kicked the directionality in which you blow. That's another good way to identify where your natural air channel is. Try these, work them a lot, but be very cognizant of forcing your air in different directions and what the response you get on your mouth reeds is. That again will help you determine, when you're looking at all the different cuts that are out there, which family or group of mouth reeds works better for you. Next video, we're gonna get a little bit more in depth on individual notes themselves, whether it be myself, Wyatt, Trevor. We're all gonna chime in here and start talking about how to cut, cluck, purr, do all the different stuff on a mouth reed, and you guys a little more in like the hunting situation stuff now that we're through the understanding what we're looking at parts of these videos. We'll see you on the next one.